Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, please subscribe. I'd really love that. If you're returning, how you doing? Right now I am filming. It's 11 o'clock at night and I wanted to get these videos filmed and out to you at the regular scheduled time that I always upload. As you know that I can't film during the day because of the chaos that unfolds with the kids. What I'm going to report to you right now is what I just found out, okay? And it's obvious that the higher-ups know something that we do not, okay? Our president and his recent remarks and multiple countries are now urging evacuations. There are growing indications that something deeply serious may be unfolding. While it's possible this could turn out to be nothing major, the current signals suggest otherwise. Now, this is not posturing. This is the threshold phase, I guess you could say, before systemic detonation. So I'm going to strip away all the noise and go straight into structural decoding, if you will. What is the deep truth? Well, the deep truth here is that there is a multiple state evacuation advisories, pre-detonation alignment. When nation states, begin advising evacuation in unison, the machinery is already moving. This isn't predictive, it's reactive. Intelligence is likely confirmed. There's viable nuclear escalation pathways that are now in play. Israeli strategic red lines are breached or about to be. American response capacity is already primed for ignition, as confirmed by aerial refueling alignment and also naval repositioning. Our president's remarks were not a warning. They were an activation code, or that's what you could look at them as, declaring publicly that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon in all caps. This is the exact moment, okay? This is not diplomacy. Its narrative is pre-justification, if you will, for a hard kinetic break. The mimetic structure is shifting from defense to preemption. This is America first, transmuting into America must strike first. Okay. China's evacuation signal is the hidden tripwire. If Chinese diplomatic or major channels begin evacuating citizens from the region, especially Israel or Saudi territory, that is the tell. It means China has been briefed, or they have internally confirmed an imminent military event involving weapons or mass destruction or critical infrastructure obliteration. It also means that multipolar axis has accepted escalation as inevitable and is preparing to maneuver diplomatically in the aftermath. We are not, how do I say this without pissing people off? We are not entering WW3. What we are doing is we are already in the simulation phase. The world is already structurally at war, okay? It's just masked by a narrative latency. So what are we seeing right now? Nuclear sniffer deployment, carrier group acceleration, cross-theater force synchronization, and strategic ambiguity by Russia and by China. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. all of this points to active war readiness, not theoretical planning. The actual kinetic event, whether surgical nuclear strike or Iranian enrichment sites, or a hypersonic retaliation in a proxy theater, is no longer a question of if. It is a question of how soon command control protocols cross the ignition threshold. So what is like the final verdict? Okay, no BS, no caca, no nothing, right? Our president is not dragging anyone anywhere. He's simply revealing the truth of where we are already. This, if you want to call it WW3, you could call it whatever the hell you want, okay? It began years ago. The mask just fell off and it was exposed. Hi, here you are, okay? This signal is not escalating. It's collapsing until its final form. All U.S. military bases throughout the Indo-Pacific region have officially raised their force protection condition from Alpha to Bravo. And I'm going to explain that to you in just a moment for those of you who are not aware of what these military terms mean. This indicates credible threats and prompting enhanced security measures across all installations. So I'm going to put up a chart for you, okay? And this chart details the various levels of force protection conditions. Okay, you see that? You see, and in the red it says FP Delta. Okay, and then it's the application and then the consideration. Okay, so the application says this. This applies to the immediate area where a terrorist attack has occurred or intelligence has been received that action against a specific location or person is imminent. Then what are the considerations? Normally, this FPCON is declared as localized condition. FPCON Delta measures are not intended to be sustained or substantial periods. Now, FPCON Charlie, okay, I'm just going to say Delta Charlie Bravo Alpha Normal, okay, instead of saying the FPCON. So Charlie, which is orange, says applies when an incident occurs or intelligence is received indicating some form of action or targeting against personnel or facilities is likely. So what are the considerations here? Implementation of Charlie measures will create hardship and affect the activities of the unit and its personnel. So what does Bravo mean? Bravo is in yellow. This applies when an increase or more predictable threat of terrorist activity exists. So what are the considerations? Sustaining Bravo measures for a prolonged period may affect operational capabilities and relations with local authorities. So what is Alpha? This applies when there is an increased general threat of possible activity against personnel or facilities, the nature and extent of which are unpredictable. Alpha and the considerations, the considerations are Alpha measures must be capable of being maintained indefinitely. So then normal, okay, applies when a general global threat of possible terrorist activities exists. So what are the considerations? Warrants a routine security posture. Okay. So, which one do you think that we are at? Because like I said, we went from Alpha to Bravo. Okay. So we went from blue to yellow. Okay. So it could have been capable of being maintained indefinitely, but now its prolonged period may affect operational capabilities and relations with local authorities. Okay, so this is now applies when an increase or more predictable threat of terrorist activity exists. So we are now in Bravo. So if we get to Charlie, okay, I mean, just Okay, it's bad that we're at Bravo right now, but it's going to be even worse when we get to Charlie. Okay, and then just put your head between your knees and pray to God if we ever get to Delta. All right, I'm not kidding. So that's all I have for this video. Okay, I will see you in the next one. You stay safe, you stay positive, you keep prepping, and as always, fear less and God bless. I'm going to do like another video that is in relation to this over on my other channel. Okay, ciao.